Hi, welcome back. Nick Pierce with the Business of Arts and Entertainment. We're focusing mostly on the music and the bands. In this episode 2, your band as a business, and your band is a business. Your band name equals your business name. Take it seriously, and your band will be taken seriously. It starts in just a few simple steps. First of all, you want to first register your name. There's a few steps involved in doing that, and the first step is what's called due diligence. Look to see if anybody else is using that name to make sure that you have a right to use it. You don't want to select a band name that someone else is using, or there could be some legal ramifications that could come at you that you can't afford to handle starting off in your career. First, you want to start by searching the website of the Secretary of State in the state that you reside in. And that'll bring you to a link where you can actually search what's called business filings. Within those business filings, type in the desired name of your band and find out if it exists. If it doesn't exist, then most likely it's yours for the taking. Also search to see if domain names with your band name are being used. Simply type in your web browser www.whatever you want to call your band.com, .net, .biz, .info, .org, whatever it is. And that'll give you a good indication whether or not someone registered it or not. Also, look at sites like MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, even SonicBids, GarageBand, and other music-related sites. Once you've determined that your band name may not be taken, you want to register the name. Simply go back to that Secretary of State's website. Most of them have a PDF form that you can fill out on there, or you can do it simply online, or it's a printout format that you fill out and send to them, and simply state what your band name is that you've chosen. Now, decide how you want to form your company, because that's what it is. Your band is a company. Whether or not your band, a production company, a model, or whatever, you want to make sure that you establish it the appropriate way. There are many different forms for setting up a business, such as an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation or company, an LLP, which is a limited liability partnership. You can also file strictly under your name, such as a proprietorship, or if you're teamed up with someone else, that's a partnership. Decide how you want to set it up and file the appropriate forms. And most states make it very easy and streamline the process for you so that you really don't need to involve an attorney just to set up a business, which saves you a lot of money. Most of the time, speaking of money, the fee, depending on the state that you live in, runs anywhere from $20 all the way up to $500. Then, once you file that, you register your business. Most of the time you can do it right online. They'll give you a confirmation. You can print out a certificate, and your fee is paid and everything is set. Sometimes you have to send it in. Send all the mail certified, return receipt requested unless it specifies otherwise. Once you have your certificate with your name on it, you want to go to a website called irs.gov. Now, don't get scared. It's just the IRS. Most of the time they're on your side, and as long as you file all the paperwork that you need to throughout your duration of the career with them, you're not going to have a problem. Go to irs.gov, that's the Internal Revenue Service website, and you're going to see a link that asks you to apply for an EIN. Now, your EIN number is just like a Social Security number. It's a unique number assigned to you as a band or a company, whatever entity you're setting up, that allows, it's a unique identifying number, the employee identification number, and that's called a form SS4, is the tax form to fill out. It's a one-page form that simply asks for your information and the name of your business once you have it registered in your state. Some cities require you to apply for a business license. At this point in your game, you may not need that, but you do want to check with any local laws that require you to do so and make sure that you can operate as a particular company, such as you're operating under, in that city with or without a business license, just to keep things kosher. After that point, you've successfully secured your name. You can then publish it. You can use it. Set up an email address for that band or project that you're in. For example, if you have the ABC Quartet, go to Google, which is Gmail, and register email address for that. abcquartet@gmail.com. If you're a Yahoo user, go to Yahoo. Go to register, sign up for an account, and these are all free. abcquartet@yahoo.com. Do this, though, for every email provider that you can. So go to Google, go to AOL, go to Yahoo, go to ASM, go to Live, all those providers. And this way, you're not going to have any problems in the future with someone else hearing your name and taking another email address from a particular provider. Once you find an email address, that's the key for any web-based promotion, advertising, or any networking you're going to do, because most places require you to have a username and password to sign on, and most of the time it is your email address. So once your band has an email address, whether it's Google, Yahoo, AOL, MSN, and the list goes on forever, find as many sites as you can, pick one of them that's your primary email address. From that point, when you go to MySpace, when you go to Facebook, when you go to Sonic Bids, and any site that you could possibly think of that has to do with your industry, keep that your primary email address. And that's also the address that you may want to give out to people to actually contact you, because that's the one you're going to check the most often. Also, keep your email address consistent, keep your password the same, keep security question answers the same, and they also ask for date of birth and an alternate email address, so that you don't have to figure out what you used at any particular point. Whether it's your password, your date of birth, or whatever, you want to make sure that you can get into your account just in case your password gets changed or your account gets compromised. Once you create email addresses, then go on to the next step, which is going to MySpace, Facebook, GarageBand, Gig Leader, Sonic Bids, Vampire Freaks, and YouTube are main sites that are all used for band networking. Use the same email address, the same passwords and all that you use for your account. And at this point, you have now established a foundation with your band name in that industry. You've legally registered your name and protected your name at this point with your employee identification number, the EIN that I discussed, and your name registration that you did through the Secretary of State. You're not able to even open up a bank account, which is very useful to you, because at times you may get gigs or you may receive payments out to your band. You now open up a band bank account. Look at credit unions. Look at banks. Some of your band members or people involved in your projects may already be involved or affiliated with a financial institution that you can actually become a member of, whether it's a credit union or a bank. And your employee identification number and your name registration certificate from the Secretary of State are required to open up a bank account under that business name, because after all, your band is a business. You can also go one step further and trademark or service mark your band name. There are two different routes you can take within the state that you actually registered your band name in. You can go to the Secretary of State's website and fill out a simple trademark application. You can search trademarks the same way you search for your band name as a business, and include your logo and artwork within that application. This will secure not just that artwork image and your band name, but it also gives you rights that no one else can use any logos or artwork involved with your project. It's also done on a national level, which is done through the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and that's at uspto.gov. But the fee there is a little more expensive than just filing through your state in most cases, because they do charge $400 or more. And each category that you file under is a different, what they call class filing. In the entertainment business models, any entertainment industry at all, if you're a live performer and you offer entertainment as a service, you do register as a service mark, and under the USPTO guidelines, your class is a Class 14 filing, which last I checked cost an upwards of $450 or more, plus an additional fee for every class you want to register in. I have an email from Sarah that was sent to me maybe 3 days ago, and I wanted to pull that up because she asked an interesting question, which stated, here we go, Sarah, I have your email here. How do I copyright the name of my band to keep anybody from using it? Well, Sarah, you do not copyright a name or a title. I will get into copyrights in a later episode, but I did just briefly touch that to protect your band name, copyright does not cover it. You do want a trademark or service mark, and service mark is what's normally used for your band name unless your actual logo is used in interstate commerce, which is also another later episode. But just remember, if you're looking to protect your band name, the best way to do it is start with the Secretary of State, do your due diligence, and make sure no one's using it, or you're wasting money when you file your application. Once it's granted to you, if you need to really protect your band name, go for the service mark within your state or at uspto.gov, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Before I go, I do want to warn you of a couple scams that are out there when it comes to places that want to register or offer to register your band name to secure it. You're going to find a lot of websites out there, particularly in the U.S. and in the United Kingdom, that actually offer for maybe $10 or $15 to register your band name, which is a subscription, in which case it doesn't mean anything. It's not legally registered, and it doesn't mean that your band name is ever protected unless it's on that service, which if I were to write something down on a list of paper right here in front of me, that's as good as it is. It's only as good as the person actually looking at that piece of paper in front of them. So watch out. The only way to really legally register your band name is to take the steps that I just described to you now, and stay away from scams, because you can use that money to make a CD, pay for recording time, or even just go out and have some fun. My name is Nick Pierce, and I hope the 20 years that I have in this business have helped you out today. Stay tuned for episode 3. Thanks for tuning in.